Well, we just heard a lot about competition and better and improved markets. The basic problem the Republicans have, and they know this very well, is that the health insurance industry is from the antitrust laws of the United States of America. So they can, and they do, get together and collude. They collude to drive up prices. They collude to share markets. Hey, if you're pulling out of that state, I'll pull out of this. They can cut those kind of deals. They can't be prosecuted. We had a bipartisan vote on the floor of this House when we were originally considering the House version of the Affordable Care Act, infinitely superior to the thing passed by the Senate, which we got stuck with. And it was over 400 votes to take away their antitrust immunity. Is that in this bill? Heck no. They're the second largest PAC contributors to the Republican Party. So I'm afraid we aren't going to take away their antitrust immunity. But we're going to have a really free, competitive, transparent market. You'll be able to go out and get your policies, whatever the insurance companies have decided as they colluded behind closed doors. Now, you know, the other issue here is, for some reason, Republicans seem to have taken and painted a big target on the back of low and middle-income seniors in two ways. They're going to repeal some very small taxes on people who earn over $250,000 a year. You know, they really need another 4% because they're just hurting. Those people earn $1 million a year, $2 million a year. They're hurting. We've got to repeal that tax. So that's one of the highest priorities in this bill. Repeal that tax. Unfortunately, that means that the Medicare Trust Fund will be exhausted 4 years earlier. That's right. The money those very high-income people are paying goes to Medicare, to the trust fund, which is in trouble. Right now, it's going to be exhausted in 2028. Well, under their plan, it's going to be exhausted in 2024. So they've painted a big target on seniors. But don't worry, the seniors can go into the competitive, well, not so competitive, insurance market and buy a plan. But then another little twist and another arrow in the heart of seniors. Seniors now, under their plan, instead of a cap of 3 times the cost of a policy to other younger subscribers, it's now they're going to jack it up to 5 times. Why do you hate seniors so much? What's the deal here? Yeah, the high-income seniors will do fine, but what about the middle and low-income seniors? Those are struggling to make ends meet on Social Security and others. And then for some other bizarre reason, they've got it in for Planned Parenthood. They say it's about abortion. Well, guess what? It's not. Federal law has prohibited federal money from going to abortions for 40 years. It's not about abortion. It's about something different. It's about breast exams, pap smears, physical exams, STD testing and treatment, information and counseling about my sexual reproductive health, cancer screenings, pregnancy tests, prenatal services, and access to affordable birth control. Why do they want to kill that? For 1 million people, many of whom live in rural areas that are already underserved. They don't have an alternative for those services, but they want to kill that. Oh, just for 1 year, maybe. Well, actually, they'd like to do it permanently, but they're going to say, well, we're just going to do it for 1 year and see how it works out, how those 1 million women do. And then, as my colleague from Connecticut said, everything around here has to be scored, and it can't add to the deficit unless it's something they want to do. Now, in this case, this has not been scored. We have no idea what it's going to cost the American taxpayer, this new Rube Goldberg, and they don't have any analysis of how many people are going to lose coverage. Now, granted, they put off the huge loss of coverage until 2020 because they delayed the big changes in Medicaid until 2020. So that's when millions, tens of millions of people will lose their health insurance. But there's still going to be a lot of people losing their health insurance a lot sooner. And it'll be useful for people to know about that before they vote on it, how much it's going to cost the taxpayer, how many people are going to lose coverage. Now, under the ruse of fixing something that's broken that has given 23 million people an opportunity to have health insurance and brought us the lowest rate of uninsured in recent history in this country, under the ruse of doing that, they're cutting taxes for wealthy people. Oh, yeah, by the way, there's a little gift in there for health insurance companies. They can fully deduct their CEO's $20 million salary. Today, it's limited to $500,000. So another tax break for the health insurance industry. Oh, and did they take on Big Pharma? Did they do anything about the unbelievable price gouging that's going on today through the, pharmaceutical companies, someone buys up a generic drug that's been around for 50 years and jacks up the price 1,000%. Nope, they're not going to do anything about that. We're not going to have more affordable prescription drugs, and I don't know if they undid the fix to the donut hell that was in the Obamacare bill. If they really wanted to do something, they would say, let's have a national, not-for-profit plan offered in a national exchange so that every American can afford health care at a reasonable cost without excess profits to an industry which is exempt from antitrust law, colludes